from the Fox 23 Severe Weather Team.
And I'm Fox 23 Chief Meteorologist James Adelot. Starting tornado warning coverage. A tornado warning has been issued for southeastern parts of Pittsburg County in southeast Oklahoma. No warnings in effect in Tulsa now. We're still watching the skinny line of thunderstorms west of town. It's not severe. Our attention really focused on this storm moving in western Pushmataha County. Earlier it had a tornado sighted reported with the storm. As we come up to the current picture, I'm going to zoom in here and we're going to do a storm track on this storm because the strongest part of the storm is passing just to the southeast of Clayton. Clayton up here on Highway 2 at 271, and this potential circulation is going to be passing very, very close to the southeastern corner of Pittsburg County. Now, this tornado warning does not include the city of McAllister, does not include Hartshorn or Krebs, or it does include the community of Weathers, does not include Kiowa or Blanco there on the Indian Nation Turnpike. Now, as we do a track on that storm, the most dangerous part of the storm where we're likely seeing at least a possible tornado, as I check some of that radar data just off to the side here, located right here. And as that moves to the northeast, that's going to be moving just across the extreme southeastern part of Pittsburg County. Eventually could be moving up into Latimer County. So we're going to keep it right here with this tornado warning for southeastern Pittsburg County until 7:15. Once we can give the all clear to southeast Pittsburg County, assuming they don't reissue the National Weather Service into Latimer County, we will resume programming. But right now, as we come up over the next couple of minutes near the Adel community in extreme northwestern parts of Pushmataha County. This is east of the community of Daisy, right along the Indian Nation Turnpike, but basically right on the Pittsburg and Pushmataha County line. So to give you an idea here, is I'm going to bounce this view back out just a bit, show you exactly where this storm track is, and we're clipping the extreme southeastern parts of Pittsburg County, but Pittsburg County in our viewing area, so we are on the air because that's a tornado warning in our viewing area. Latimer County right here, you're the next county downstream. If this tornado warning continues, this thunderstorm continues strong with this rotation, Latimer County would be the next progression in that tornado warning. But this is well south of McAllister, as we'll point this out. This is all well south of Tulsa, too, but we're looking at about 25 miles to the southeast of McAllister, where this circulation is right now. Again, tornado warning remaining in effect until about 7:15 for that southeastern corner of Pittsburg County. Now, a little closer to home, from Bartlesville back down west of Tulsa over Lake Keystone into Lincoln and Oklahoma County now, we're seeing a line of strong thunderstorms. No warnings along this line of thunderstorms as it moves to the east, but I will do a track because as that line moves toward the east, that's going to be moving into parts of the metro area within about the next hour. And it's starting to get a little bit of cloud to ground lightning on it, but as it moves to the northeast, it's going to be moving into the metro probably between 7:30 and 8 o'clock. So you can see Manford 654, Stroud, Skytook, much less severe here, just more garden variety showers and thunderstorms. Gusty wind, maybe a little bit of cloud to ground lightning, but not much. Our attention is really focused over southeastern Oklahoma. This is where we've seen the most instability and the dynamics come together to generate this higher tornado risk in the southeastern corner of Oklahoma. And as we take a little closer look again, we're looking here in southeastern Pittsburg County for this potential storm. Now, our whole severe weather team is in place. Meteorologist Ben Walnick and meteorologist John Boyer are also here tracking this storm. In fact, there we all are in the Fox 23 Severe Weather Center. Meteorologist John Boyer is standing by right now. He's got more information on this tornado warning, John.
All right, well, here we are at 6:41. This one tornado warning down there that affects the southeastern part of Pittsburg County. That is the only tornado warning we have right now. We have a tornado watch that extends for a much larger part of the region. That goes until 9 o'clock p.m., but the tornado risk is much, much lower off to the Metro Tulsa area and parts north. Certified meteorologist Ben Walnick has some more information.
Yeah, and we are tracking this tornado warning for far southeastern parts of Pittsburg County. And a reset here just to show you the tornado watch in effect until 9 o'clock this evening. That includes the Tulsa Metro, but that threat is mainly for areas south of I-40. We have flash flood warnings in effect for the same areas, Pittsburg County and Latimer County, and very heavy rainfall moving into that area as well. So our tornado warning far southeastern parts of Pittsburg County. I'll go ahead and zoom things in here to the tornado warning that we are seeing just west of Clayton. And again, this is tracking to the northeast at about 40 miles per hour. So tracking this at 35 to 40 miles per hour, moving to the northeast. That rotation would be right very close to the Pittsburgh County line. So as we do a storm track from that to the northeast at 35 miles per hour, the good news is still a little bit of ways from some areas in southern parts of Latimer County. Now, we don't have a tornado warning just yet for Latimer County, but if this circulation continues, and it's been consistent here for the last 30 to 45 minutes, we will see that warning extended to Latimer County. And as long as we have a tornado warning here in Green Country, we will be on the air for any tornado warnings across our area. Now, we have Fox 23 severe weather team coverage. We've been tracking several rounds of storms across the area as we've been tracking the storm threat here all the way back to Wednesday. We'll finally be clearing things out as we head through the next 12 hours or so. We continue our team coverage with certified meteorologist John Boyer. He is tracking this tornado warning in southeastern Pittsburgh County.
I thought I could point out a few more landmarks that may be relevant to you, or if you know somebody who's enjoying this Mother's Day weekend down at Sardis Lake. That is one of those areas in this tornado warning. The portion of southeast Pittsburgh County right about there known as Jack Fork Mountain, and there's one little reference point there, Gary Share Wildlife Management Area near the community of Weathers. That would be the corner of Pittsburgh County that's under this tornado warning. Does not affect McAllister. However, McAllister you see covered by that green. Not only is that the rain coming in on radar, but that is a flash flood warning that was issued not too long ago, and that also affects portions of Latimer and Haskell County. That flash flood warning goes until midnight. These places have already seen 2 to 3 inches of rain so far just today. So any of this additional heavy rain, especially in southern Pittsburgh County near Kiowa, that eventually is going to get up towards Wilburton. So Wilburton, not so much concerned about a tornado threat there, but however bad the flash flooding was there this morning, it could get just that bad again now, or maybe even a little bit worse. Same story towards places like Quinton or Red Oak as all this storm activity moves from southwest to northeast. So eventually we're going to be looking into possibly southern Latimer County too. For a closer look at that, we go over to Chief Meteorologist James Adelot.
Well, again, we're tracking 2 areas of thunderstorms. One moving toward the metro is not severe. Here's the line. It's a skinny little line. We've just had a couple of sporadic lightning strikes indicated by our cloud-to-ground lightning measuring equipment. Again, it's picked up just a little bit in intensity, but still a long way from becoming severe. We still could see some gusty wind, very brief rain. This thing's 5 miles wide. It's not much of a storm. As we look southeast, though, this is the tornado warned storm that we're talking about. There's actually another tornado warned storm back in McCurtain County, that out of our viewing area. Flash flood warnings in this area, and also this tornado warning that's in effect. I'm going to take you right back in. Here's McAllister. We're looking about 25 miles southeast of McAllister, just right near the Pittsburgh and Latimer County line right now. And as we take a look at some of the velocities inside the storm now, with at least another part of that Pushmataha County warning expiring, we can see right now just to the west of Clayton some pretty strong outbounds here, inbounds by the bright red, that moving back north. So there's our circulation that we're looking at on Fox 23 Doppler radar right along the southern boundary, the southern county line here on Pittsburgh County and Latimer County right now. As we take a look at some of the high resolution radar data right now, this is Clayton. And you can see kind of curving back southwest from Clayton Highway 2. This is the community of Weathers. So we're looking right here. This is the county line. This is the very strong rotation that I'm seeing right now on Fox 23 Doppler radar. I'm going to bounce this back out again and take a little closer look with Fox 23 Doppler radar. Again, what we're looking at is a possible tornado located right here, very close to the county line. Clayton community, Highway 271, as that curves back up on its way back toward Tallahena into southern parts of Latimer County. As this moves to the northeast at about 20 to 25 miles per hour, just clipping that southeastern corner of Pittsburgh County. So we'll do a track on this. As it moves to the northeast, this will be about 20 minutes or so in the general direction of Sardis Lake and the community of Sardis. Now, looks like on Fox 23 Doppler radar that circulation may be slightly weaker. Again, as John said, we're looking at Robbers Cave State Park. Well, that's on the other side of Latimer County. So Sardis Lake area, Highway 43, Clayton, Stanley, back up toward, possibly if it holds together, toward Yanish. But again, this is the circulation as that moves up over the northwestern corner of Latimer County, of Pushmataha County, and extreme southeastern parts of Pittsburgh County. Again, this is well southeast of McAllister as this circulation continues to move toward the northeast. Now, it has not made a turn toward the right into the deeper, more unstable air. In fact, if anything, it continues to move into even more stable air as it moves up into parts of Pittsburg County, just that southeastern corner of Pittsburg County right now. I'm going to take another quick look at the high-resolution Doppler data. We still have some very strong inbounds here, and what looks like maybe two circulations here, one just about a mile south of the Pittsburg County line here, and another one right on the Pittsburg County line right here. So what we could be looking at are two circulations. This is the Pittsburg County line with Pushmataha County west of Clayton. And meteorologist Ben Walnick standing by as our Fox 23 severe weather team coverage continues. Tornado warning in effect until 7:15, southeastern corner of Pittsburg County.
Yeah, and the latest information we just got from the National Weather Service is that tornado warning will continue moving northeast at 35 miles per hour, producing possibly a tornado on the ground right now, located 6 miles west of Stanley. Now, what I've circled behind me is the area of concern that has a slightly higher tornado threat. James was just talking about it. Very unstable air just east and northeast of this tornado warning that we're tracking. Further to the northwest, that's where we're actually seeing a little bit of some more stable air. So the storm's rolling in towards the Tulsa metro. Not as much of a tornado concern, but the area that I have circled, that is a higher tornado concern. Now, as I zoom things out and reset things for you, just to show you what's going on for all of green country, we do have a tornado watch. That is what I've just highlighted there, in effect for a good portion of the area. That includes Tulsa. That is through 9 o'clock this evening. Now, the line of storms that we're seeing moving towards Tulsa, a much lower tornado threat, and really we're not even seeing much lightning, just some quick downpours moving through. Not as much of a concern as the tornado warning that we are seeing moving into southeastern parts of Pittsburg County. So as we zoom things back in, still seeing some impressive rotation. We'll go ahead and throw our velocities back on here just west of Clayton, and in fact I'm going to throw on our shear parameter, and that is just a measure of possibly the rotation in the storm, and just centered west of Clayton, right where we're reporting the possibility of a tornado passing just on the southeastern corner of Pittsburg County. That is the potential there for the rotation in this storm. Now, we've been tracking this threat for several days. We had our Fox 23 News at 5 tracking this storm potential, and we will be tracking this threat as long as there's a tornado warning. We will be on the air right here. Everyone's life in green country is important, as the person they're standing next to. So no matter where the tornado warning is, we will be on covering this right here and on Fox23.com. Our team coverage continues with certified meteorologist John Boyer tracking this tornado threat.
Yeah, I was just able to have a chance to look over at how quickly this is moving to the northeast, because you know the speed of these storms can vary, and it looks like from the latest count I have it going northeast about 30 miles an hour if it slows down just a little bit. So let's do an updated track on taking that to the northeast and stopping it right about there, and that would put it towards Sardis Lake, 657, 706 for the community of Yanish. So again, if you know somebody who may be down Sardis Lake and not really paying attention because of the Mother's Day weekend, go ahead, give them a call, or really anybody in Latimer County who you think needs a heads up on this weather rolling in, because this storm hopefully will be on a weakening trend as it moves northeast, but for the time being we aren't seeing that yet. So that's why we're staying alert to this. If it does hook right a little bit, sometimes we do notice with tornadic storms they can take a right turn. That would put southern LaFleur County in the area where we need to be particularly concerned. However, if you're watching us in parts of Pittsburg County like McAllister or north towards Canadian or Crowder, towards Eufaula in particular, that is not the area of concern for tornadoes with this storm. Now, the storm is still maybe capable of some hail up to the size of ping pong balls, and that would be in southern Pittsburg County or southern Latimer County. Also gusty straight line winds. And another threat with this storm and any storm this evening in southeastern Oklahoma that I think has the chance of affecting many more people is that continued flash flooding. So flash flood warning across Pittsburg County, and that goes until midnight. Some other parts of Latimer and Haskell counties are also included in that particular flash flood warning. Flash flood watches do extend until tomorrow morning, because look at the motion of all this from southwest to northeast. It's doing what we call training, going over the same places over and over again that have already had days of heavy rain. So we're going to keep you up to date on how the flash flooding situation plays out too. So again, there's a look at that flash flood watch until 7 a.m. across all of green country. Tornado watch covers many counties in green country, not all of us, but most of us. That goes until 9 o'clock. truck, but it's worth pointing out the higher tornado ingredients are along and south of Highway 270. To the north, there's a very limited amount of tornado ingredient, but as far as that skinny line of showers approaching Tulsa from the west, does not look like that has much of a tornado potential. So watching how this plays out through the rest of the evening, the favored zone for heavy rain and maybe a few more severe storms would be southeastern Oklahoma, south of Interstate 40, Tulsa. Once that skinny line of showers and storms rolls through, we should be done by mid to late evening, and then by the early morning hours, 2, 3, 4, that's when we could be clearing this heavy rain out of southeastern Oklahoma. We go back to Chief Meteorologist James Adelot for the latest.
Okay, again, watching that little line of showers and some thunder west of Tulsa moving into the metro area. This is not severe right now, but the leading edge of this as it moves to the northeast at about 40 miles per hour. Still looking at another hour. It's coming up on 6:54 right now, so we're looking at about another hour away. That'll be moving into the metro again, west to east. Now our attention really focused southeast Oklahoma. Now the tornado warning has been expanded into Latimer County, and this is going to be in effect until 7:30. So we'll be with you as long as this warning is in effect too. So new tornado warning now extended into Latimer County, and this is still very impressive looking on Fox 23 Doppler radar as we zoom into this storm. Just to set you up here where this storm is in relation to McAllister, here's McAllister, Indian Nation Turnpike and 270, and that storm is still looks well to the southeast of McAllister right now. So as that storm continues to move to the northeast, McAllister not in any danger at all. Main circulation about 25 miles southeast of McAllister. As we look southwest of Wilburton, we're looking at about 20 miles to the southwest of Wilburton. So in Yanish and in Wilburton, you need to be paying very close attention to this storm. In fact, we'll even take a tighter view of this storm. Right now, here's Clayton. Clayton's safe. Sardis Lake, at least the west half of the lake, is in danger. A radar beam hitting this at about 6,500 feet right now. So anything that we're seeing below that, this still could have some considerable tilting of the actual rotation. Once it hits radar view at 6,700 feet, that still will have a little bit of an error here because we're so far away from the radar. But as we look at the wind currents here, the brighter the red, that's strong winds moving from northeast to southeast. The brighter the green, and it looks like we have two areas here of the brighter green right now. One located in the extreme northwestern corner of Push-Mataha County, moving into southern Latimer County. Another one in extreme southeastern parts of Pittsburg County. Again, as we look into this area, what we're looking at is just to the southeast of the Jack Fork Mountains, northwest of Clayton, approaching Yanish right now in southern sections of Latimer County. And as John said, we'll update the motion on this storm as it moves to the northeast. We've just got some really noisy velocity data in there. But again, as we track this to the northeast over about the next 25 minutes or so, that's going to be very close to Sardis just in the next few minutes and Yanish. So if you're in this area, you need to take your tornado precautions very quickly. And as we continue to watch this, have we called? Okay. And again, what we're looking at, the two circulations in extreme and northwestern parts of Push-Mataha County moving into southwestern Latimer County right now. I'm going to drop the velocity picture here. Okay, thank you very much. Looks like also some hail with this storm. Now, as I back all the way back out, I want to take a look here at this line. Again, nothing severe, but we're starting to pick up a few more cloud to ground lightning strikes in it. Close to Bartlesville, moving up into Caney, Kansas right now. Our friends in Montgomery County seeing some of this shower and thunderstorm activity moving through Independence, Elk City, back toward Coffeyville. In fact, just west of Coffeyville. It's already moved through Caney. Didn't take much time at all, moving into Bartlesville right now. You can see some of these showers just stretching from the Bartlesville airport into the city of Bartlesville. Again, this is not severe. A little bit of cloud to ground lightning and some cloud lightning from this too. But our severe weather threat and our continued flash flood threat in southeast Oklahoma. So McAllister, Stigler, Wilburton, all the way over toward Cavanaugh Mountain, southern parts and western parts of LaFleur County, Push-Mataha County, and points west under this flash flood warning. And the tornado warning remaining in effect now until 7:30 for Latimer County and southeastern Pittsburg County. As we zoom into this storm, what we're looking at are two circulations here. One moving up into extreme southern Latimer County, very close to maybe the north end of Sardis Lake. Another one right on the Pittsburg and Push-Mataha County line right now. Again, moving to the northeast as we put the high-res velocity in. Weathers, this is in far southeastern Pittsburg County as we look due east from Weathers. One circulation here, another circulation that we just pointed out right along the Push-Mataha and Pittsburg County line. So we'll be able to clear southeastern Pittsburg County from the tornado danger in just another couple of minutes. Again, there's a little uncertainty here We're penetrating this storm with Fox 23 Doppler radar at about 6,700 feet. So that's more than a mile above ground. There can be a little bit of uncertainty if this circulation has a tilt to it. Might not be exactly where we're indicating it at 6,700 feet. So there could be a mile or two in here. That's why we give you that wider storm track as we track this storm. We don't really keep it super tight because there is just a little bit of uncertainty. But again, the timing looks really tightly grouped right here. Again, zooming in, what we're looking at, I'm going to give it one more track, and then we're going to pitch over and continue our Fox 23 severe weather team coverage. So one circulation now moving into southern Latimer County, very close to Sardis and Yanish. Second circulation right on the county line between Pushmataha County and Pittsburgh County. That too moving to the northeast. One of these circulations will eventually overcome the other and be the dominant circulation in this storm. But for now, tornado warning, southern Latimer County. Our Fox 23 severe weather team coverage continues. Meteorologist Ben Walnick is standing by. Ben.
And we may actually have another area of rotation beginning to form right along Highway 69, southern parts of McAllister County. And we have our shear. This is a measure of that wind speed, the rotation in the wind. And what we've been tracking has been on the right side. I'll go ahead and circle that. That's what we've been tracking right here. And we are potentially seeing some rotation and fairly strong rotation, possibly right around that area. So southern parts of Pittsburgh County potentially seeing some rotation, but our main concern still at this time would be the rotation that we're seeing a little bit further to the northeast, just northwest of Clayton. Again, this is tracking into southern parts of Latimer County here very quickly. So moving out of Pittsburgh County, it looks like here in the next 2 minutes we'll be able to clear Pittsburgh County from the concern with this storm, tracking to the northeast and continuing to see the rotation and the tornado potential in southern parts of Latimer County. This warning is in effect, continuing just from the National Weather Service, updating the speed on that, moving at 35 miles per hour to the northeast, and that is in effect here until as we head towards 7:15. So we'll be on the air at least here for the next 15 minutes and continuing to see the rotation with this storm sticking around. So this has been on at least the rotation with this, and we had a confirmed tornado on this